What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, Twitter? This your boy Hype Fan Eagle representing the Philadelphia Eagles by way of New Jersey. You already know, man. Shout out to my first time viewers. Shout out to my last time viewers. Shout out to the people that's viewing my video, whether religiously or in passing. All my Twitter people, man. If y'all see this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Hype Fan Eagle 1 so y'all will be notified when I go on live, because a lot of times I go on live on YouTube and it's not on Twitter. For all my YouTube people, add my Twitter page at Hype Eagle 1. Yeah, I haven't been on live in a long time, you know what I'm saying? We got some Eagle news to talk about, but before we get into it, man, I'm gonna just let y'all know the fourth quarter segment is now back. I repeat, the fourth quarter segment is now back, man. What the fourth quarter segment is, I will recap every quarter. It may be a 30 second to 2 minute recap on every quarter. And then at the end of the game, I would give my raw recap, and then I would do an official video after the game. So my fourth quarter segment is me actually recapping every quarter on what happened during that quarter. And then at the end of the game, I would give my raw opinion, my raw recap, and then I would do an official video later on, throughout the day. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for my other guys to come in, you know what I mean? Hype Fan Jersey to come in. I do have a guest supposed to be coming in during this live session, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I want to get into a little bit, like I said, I might have to get into a little bit right now, and then once one of them come, and then I'm gonna start all over, and we're gonna get it popping from there. I'm excited, man. Preseason is over. Preseason is definitely over, man. The real season is about to begin shortly. I believe in 15 or 14 more days, we will have our first game at I don't know if we're playing. No, I think we're playing that at New England. You know what I mean? So we're playing the Patriots, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Preseason is over, so we got to really see how the rosters would look. You know what I mean? The Eagles have made a couple of roster moves so far. But we're going to see. In my opinion, there's a couple of people that I did like. There's a couple of players that I did see and that did their thing, and there's a couple of players that I'm like, it's a no-go. I start off like this, let me go on Twitter real quick. Let me go to the 53-man roster real quick, so that way, I can tell y'all what I think about certain individuals. Okay. Before we start, matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say before we start. I get to that later. Let me get into these roster predictions right now. Let me see. I should have had this up, man. But the Eagles actually made some moves today, though. We had cut a couple of players, released a couple of players, and everything like that. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Okay, so here is some of the predictions for the 53-man roster. Jalen Hurts, Marcus Mariota, Tanner McKee. If you want to put it in as far as like second string and third string, I got McKee over Marcus Mariota. The only reason why Marcus Mariota got that 2 spot, like I said, because of his athleticism when it comes to actually him running and escaping out that pocket. He does have a lot of athleticism like Jalen Hurts. Tanner McKee doesn't. So God forbid, and knock on wood, if something were to happen to Jalen Hurts, then you don't really have to change the offense up that much, because you got somebody with similar skill set that can also run the same offense, pretty much, especially with the ones. He's not doing it with the 2s and the 3s. Where I give Tanner McKee an edge is the fact that Tanner McKee could throw way better than he can definitely throw way better than Marcus Mariota for sure. You know what I mean? That's Hype Fan Jersey right there. He about to get acclimated, about to get ready and everything. I was just basically, going through the 53-man roster. You pretty much came right in time.
Okay.
We made some cuts today. A couple of players got released today. But before I get to that, I was just pretty much going through the 53-man roster, the predictions or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I think the final 53-man roster will end up being on Tuesday, late Tuesday afternoon or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we could get we could get the real 53-man roster. But for right now, everybody's doing their predictions and everything like that. Need that water, man, because sometimes when you talk, your throat be dry as hell. All right.
Right.
So as I was saying, the 53-man roster is where the prediction and the prediction version 4.0 is Jalen Hurts, Marcus Mariota, and Tanner McKee. We have cut Ian Book either yesterday or early this morning or something like that.
Yeah.
And you can tell he was about to be a cut because he didn't really get that many preseason snaps. After a while they just stopped putting him in for real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. After that
Um,
first preseason game.
yeah, after the first preseason game, exactly. So, I would say, and like I was saying, I would put Tanner. For me, I like what I saw out of Tanner McKee, rather than Marcus Mariota. I would put Tanner McKee at the number two, at the second string, and put Marcus Mariota at third string. But only reason they probably got Marcus Mariota backing up Jalen Hurts is because they got similar skill sets, so you don't really have to change up the offense like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When it comes
Yeah.
to actually having the athleticism, him running the ball, you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
can escape out the pocket, he can do RPOs and everything. He got, he's athletic enough to do that. He got a similar skill set to where though Tanner McKee, he don't really have the athleticism. I seen him run out the pocket, but he's not as fast as a Marcus Mariota, Jalen Hurts. What I
Yeah.
will say is that Tanner McKee can throw the ball way better. Like he got way better instincts and way better IQ when it comes to actually playing the quarterback position that we've seen so far in preseason than Marcus Mariota. So for me, I will put him number two, but I understand why they got Marcus Mariota number two backing up Jalen Hurts because of the athleticism, and they paying him like $5 million. So you gotta keep him. You gotta keep him backing up Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts.
It's hard for me on that note. Like I agree with you saying of Tanner McKee being second, but you understand the reason why they could continue to keep Marcus Mariota on that number two quarterback. But it's kind of hard because, like I was saying in my other video,
Mm-hmm.
we had backups in with these quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Who could tell what could happen if the starters was in for Tanner McKee or Marcus Mariota?
yeah,
What difference they would have did if they
yeah.
had better blockers, if they had starter wide receivers and tight ends and running backs that's in that they could control the game and the flow of the game. If they had that type, if they because they still quarterbacks, but they playing with inexperience, even though they in they self.
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine how better they would have done if the starters was in. Sometimes it switched with different formations and the starters, how the game played.
Mm-hmm.
Tanner McKee did better in preseason, but with the starters in would be coming in, how he would do it. I think to me, it's hard to tell which I think is like you said, it's understandable that they keep Marcus Mariota right now into the regular season to see what will happen.
Yeah.
But I do saw that Tanner McKee progress and show more in the preseason, way better than Marcus Mariota. And when I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna end and just keep it brief. We always talking about running quarterbacks that could pass is the most dynamic and the it's the top tier. Like it's the new age of running quarterbacks that's passing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you don't necessarily have to run to be a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily. If you can't run, then you got to know how to read defense and pass good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's something I kind of seen that Tanner McKee seemed like he had a little bit. I
Over
mean, he
Marcus
slack.
Mariota, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he slacks the movement. The what's the word I'm looking for?
Athleticism.
The
Yeah.
athleticism as much Mario, but he makes up with it that I see he could read the defense and find open receivers way more than Marcus Mariota. It's like he was slinging it in pockets and holes that Marcus Mariota couldn't find, but he found it.
Yeah.
That if you know that he can't run, I saw something else though that kind of balanced it out. So it's hard to tell who was better. So I get it, keep it how it is right now, but who he deserved to stay, and who knows what will happen. Like, it's hard.
Only thing, like I agree with you 100% and everything like that. It's just the fact that how our offense is geared towards a certain play style when it comes to the quarterback. That's the reason why I was like, yo, they keeping him backing up Jalen Hurts because of how the offense is created right now. We do the RPOs and all of that.
Yeah, they probably don't have that gameplay with Tanner McKee like that.
So if we had like a Tom Brady type of offense or whatever like that, then okay, then you put Tanner McKee over Marcus Mariota any day. But the fact that we geared it towards that, then that's why he got that number 2 spot. Okay, pardon me. Okay, so the running back, Swift, Gainwell, Penny, Scott. I could agree. I don't know who's going to start, but they all would make the 53-man roster. Trey Sermon, I just really ain't see enough of Trey Sermon. I mean, I saw enough of Trey Sermon, but he didn't show me anything that much. You know what I'm saying? In the preseason. You know what I'm saying? Like he showed me little bits and pieces and everything like that. Like I said, if he was with the ones, it probably would be a different story. But the fact that you going to get second string players and then third string players going to get third string players and then third. You know what I'm saying? You got to show something though. You know what I mean? You got to show something. He showed a little bit, but it just wasn't enough to me.
Yeah. The way he looked like to me in the preseason game, he kind of looked similar to like the end of Ezekiel Elliott years with the Cowboys. How they just utilize him just to, as soon as they get up to first line, to first down, like they on 3 and 4 or something like that. Third and four, something.
And they bang them up the middle or some shit.
Or like on a goal line and they need a punching in, but like on a regular down play, like he didn't really see him utilize that much, but I saw them utilizing him like Cowboys did Ezekiel Elliott at the end of his years with the Cowboys. Like, that's what he looked at like to me going in. I mean, that's good enough, but like you said, it needs more than that, because that's the reason why they gave up Ezekiel Elliott, because they could continue to use that, and like you gotta produce. So I don't know. Maybe they just trying to find ways of how to utilize. I don't know, but I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah, I can see them hanging on to him like on a practice squad type shit. And so I don't think that he would be. I don't think that he would make the 53-man roster, but the additional, if you want to say like 65-man roster, that's including the practice squad people. He can make. I think we're gonna keep him around for that until somebody might end up picking him up. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I can see him in the practice squad though for sure. The wide receivers, AJ Brown, of course, Smitty, Watkins, Olamide Zaccheaus, and Covey. That's the 5 wide receivers that they got in their prediction. This is coming from Elliott Parks. Like I said, I take a lot of shit with a grain of salt. With a grain of salt when it comes to him, but some shit I do agree with. I didn't see enough from the guy Nagata. I didn't see too much from him. Tyree Cleveland, we pretty much waived him. He had a season in the injury. I think a season in the injury, and I think we gonna waive him to sign him back to the practice squad or something like that, because he did. I'm not gonna lie. To me, he was bugging out in the preseason. He was catching a lot of shit like Tyree Cleveland dude.
Yeah, he was.
Deion Kane ain't really showed me too much. Devin Allen, I don't even think he got any reps at wide receiver for real. Greg Ward Jr. should be up here. He should make the 53-man roster. Like, I would have him over Covey for real. I don't even know why Elliot Parks will put. It should be Brown, Smith, Watkins, OZ, and Greg Ward Jr., not Covey, at the wide receiver position.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah, I
Greg
agree.
Ward Jr. was bugging, yo. He
He
was wild.
he was, and we talked about that a while ago about him being, because we were saying, oh, we need another wide receiver. We were talking about, but then we mentioned, we like, yo, we still got Greg Ward in the cut,
Yeah,
and they put him in there, and he showed that, yo, don't forget about me. He still looked
yeah,
like he
he
still got
did.
something. He looked
He
like he still
did.
got something.
So, for me, I would take Covey out. We could probably fit him in probably at kick return, punt return. We'll see how that go. But I take Covey out the wide receiver out the wide receiver room, and I will put Greg Ward Jr. there. Honestly,
Yeah,
tight ends. Dallas Goedert, Starr, and Cal Kateri, same tight ends we had last year.
yeah,
Dan Arnold, we released him. Tyree Jackson, we released him. You know what I mean? Tyree Jackson
yeah,
is a 6'7" tight end who had like, you can see the potential from him, but he just got injured too much. So what I
yeah,
mean? He couldn't he never really got a chance to show anything because of his injuries. And with that being said, we just had to release him. So
yeah.
Arnold,
Then we let go Greedy Williams.
yeah. We let go Greedy Williams, and we let go Greedy Williams and somebody else. We're gonna get to that though for sure.
Oh, okay.
Offensive tackle, Lane Johnson, Mulata, Steen, Driscoll, and I think it's Fred Johnson. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I'm cool with that. I'm pretty sure that they all gonna rotate. Center slash offensive guard, Kelsey, Dickerson, Jurgens, Opeta. We already expect that.
Yeah.
Edge rush, Reddick, Sweat, Graham, Smith, Barnett. I'm cool with that. We already expect that.
Yeah.
Defensive tackle, Cox, Carter, Davis, Williams, Tulalipa, and Ojamo. I wonder what happened with this Johnson guy. It was a guy that was number 75. His last name was Johnson, I believe. He was wreaking havoc as well. I know Ojamo had got hurt or something like that, but
yeah.
I'm cool. I'm cool with this so far. I'm actually cool with this. The linebacker room is Dean, Ellis, Cunningham, and Van Serene, whatever, however you pronounce his last name. I would take him out and actually put Nicholas Morrow right there.
Take who out?
This guy right here,
Okay.
Van Summerlin. With a camera at?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I would take him out and put Nicholas Morrow up there. But we already know who's going to be the starting linebackers is Nakobe Dean and Cunningham. They pretty much going to be the starting linebackers with the rotation of Christian Ellis for real.
Okay.
Cornerback, Slade, Bradbury, Maddox, Ringo, Joe, Mario Goodrich. I would put Mario Goodrich back on the practice squad, and I would keep Eli Ricks. Eli Ricks, wow, like he was good. Like it put like this: if people didn't say Eli Ricks was wilding, you gotta agree that you saw the promise coming out of Eli Ricks because he was thumping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would take Goodrich out, probably put him on the practice squad, and put Eli Ricks right there. Safety, Reed Blankenship, Edmonds, Brown, Wallace, Evans. So as y'all know, we cut Greedy Williams. Kayvon Wallace is staying. I'm proud of him. You know what I mean? Zach McPherson had a season-ending injury, so we pretty much waived him. You know what I mean? He'll be back on the roster sometime, but he done for the season. That's why we had to waive him and everything. I guess you want to say punter, kicker, Elliott Sipoff, Lovato, and that's it. So who do you think? Let's talk about defense real quick, right? Because as far as the linebacker position, we're not strong at the linebacker position, right? And it's okay because we got a strong defensive core, we got strong DBs, but we're not too really strong at the linebacker position and safety position. And there's going to be some deficiencies when it comes to like defense. Like everything ain't going to be peaches and cream. You know what I mean? Everything ain't going to be 100%. You are going to have like something is going to lack on defense or offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With that being said, how do you look at the linebacker room? Are you satisfied with the linebacker room, or what do you think? Like as far as like what you saw during preseason, how do you evaluate it, and what you think? How do you think? How do you think we will stand up as far as like during the season with the linebackers that we got?
I'm not 100% satisfied, but I'm not so much worried. Only thing is because I didn't see a good enough of consistency in that area. I saw like, oh, one minute I see something good with the linebackers, and then I see down with the linebackers, then I see good, and it was like, dealing with like certain plays and rushes and still with the check downs, like stopping and certain the check downs and everything on these quarterbacks. But like I said, we picked up a pretty good enough people to see what's going to happen in that. It's still preseason, still like, everything starts slowly. Even like last year with our line, we had the best O-line last year, but our O-line started off slow. It didn't look like it. But then they got warmed up and they got what's it like reps in, and they start getting all that undisciplined or all that other mistakes out the way, and they start getting better towards the games, towards the season went further in. But far as right now, if you want to just speak on just as right now, I'm not satisfied, but I'm not so much worried either. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. So it was like mad to me. So I just need to see a little bit more to see. Hopefully it pick up.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I feel like as far as the linebackers going into the season, we're gonna have up and down moments. I can't sit here and say I see like a lot of good promise. I see that we'll be like even kill when it comes to the linebacker position. You know what I mean? I feel like we got a veteran in Cunningham who came from the Tennessee Titans. How I evaluated him during these preseason game is, boy, that man is a thumper. Boy, that man come up and hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He can be all over the field. That's what I saw. I saw a little bit of Nakobe Dean, the first preseason game.
Yeah.
He didn't play the second preseason game. He got a couple of reps, whereas though he got he actually shook the ball when he made
forced fumble.
So he forced fumble, exactly. So saw a little bit of him. It was pretty much hard to evaluate Nakobe Dean because he really didn't get that much playing time during preseason. So we'll see. Like I said, for now, I feel like it's even kill. I feel like for now, I see we'll probably have like a roller coaster ride until we get.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yep. Until we get solidified, until we get like enough reps with the linebackers under our belt, probably like around week 8, week 9, then we could really see what we really got for real with the linebackers. You know what I mean? Christian Ellis, you know what I mean? He looked good. He's a rookie though. You know what I mean? He looked good, but he got to get some games in though. You know what I mean? Same thing with Nakobe Dean. He didn't start last year. He got a couple. The thing about Nakobe Dean that I did like that they did do with him is that even though he didn't start linebacker, he started special teams though. So he was on kickoff, kick return. You know what I mean? Like he
got some.
He got some type of playing time. It wasn't at the linebacker position. He did do a lot during the Tennessee game when he was making all of them tackles in the Tennessee game. But as far as him getting playing time, him getting some experience in the NFL, they did have him at kickoff and kick return and everything like that. So that's the good part about it. But like I said, I feel like the linebackers just even kill. We don't really got to talk about the DBs like that. When it comes to safety, how do you feel about the safeties though? Like, in all honesty, because we even thin that safety. Like, it seemed like linebackers and the safeties is like, it's like I don't know right now.
Yeah, I didn't really see so much. To be honest, I saw a little bit more on the linebacker side than the safeties. I mean, I think I saw a little reps. Then Sidney Brown was in. Saw a
Yeah.
little,
Oh yeah. Sit. Okay,
yeah.
Brian, you can
So
talk.
I saw a little reps that he did. He had a good enough of plays. I saw that he disrupt and he came up and but far as that's as far as I really saw. Like I mean, like I said, it's hard to really define how these players gonna be because of is like you said, preseason does matters, but it's also when everything counts is that like more going towards that first, second, and third game, we'll start actually evaluate how these players are like when they
Mhm,
really start playing other starters. But
mhm.
yeah, I didn't really see so much with the safety. I'll be honest. I saw a little bit. I need to see more.
Yeah,
The I don't know. Maybe it just was the play calling or the chemistry. I don't know. Or it just the teams, the formations, or whatever. Like,
yeah.
but yeah, I needed to see a little bit more with the safeties.
Yeah, as far as the safeties, man, I like what I saw out of Sidney Brown. You know what I mean? Sidney Brown was
Yeah,
young. I think the first
yeah,
preseason game, either the first one or the second one, don't quote me on this, but he was out there wilding. He had 9
yeah.
solo tackles,
Exactly.
like you know what I mean? Like he was, you know what I mean? And the thing is, he's a rookie, so it's a lot of things that he don't know. But I can say that I saw the promise in him. I
Yep,
saw
yep.
the potential with Sidney Brown. So I won't be honestly, and God, like I won't be surprised if you take that other safety spot away from Terrell Edmonds. I didn't
Yeah,
see enough from
yeah,
Terrell Edmonds. Honestly,
yeah. I
like
didn't. I
he
didn't.
didn't
I
show me
didn't.
anything, and
Yeah,
he was playing all preseason. He didn't
yeah,
show me anything. So I won't be surprised if he be back there with Reed Blank. That's the only person I think that got the safety spot solidified is Reed Blankenship. But I think the
yeah,
other spot, it's whoever show up for real. If Terrell Edmonds show up from first game all the way to game 8 or whatever like that, cool. Then we know we got a safety moving forward. If not, then Drew Johnson, what it is, baby? What's going
was
on,
good.
man?
Was good.
You feel what I'm saying? But somebody coming in right now. Somebody about to come in or add to stream. There we go. There we go. What's
What's up?
going
What's
on,
up?
man? What's going on,
What's
man?
going on?
Hey, not much. I appreciate you for sending me the link and hey, let's talk about some Eagles.
No
So I'm
problem, man.
here.
Before we get going with you and everything, let everybody know your YouTube platform or wherever they can find you at.
For sure. You can find me at EC1 Football on YouTube. I do streams, videos. I have a podcast with my guy Weird Hiding with the Same Podcast.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just a regular fan making videos. I'm not nobody really. I do it for fun.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. Same here, same
yeah.
here.
Same.
That's my guy Hype Fan Jers right there, and
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
we were just pretty much going over a couple of players that we saw during the preseason. We was talking about the safety room. We was talking about how not we don't really have that experience in the safety room. So we was talking about who was going to start, who did we see the potential, like for example, like Terrell Edmonds. Even though he got a
Mhm.
lot of playing time, I didn't really see enough from Terrell Edmonds, but I saw a lot of promise in Sidney Brown. So he might get that other
Yeah.
safety spot, along with Reed Blankenship. How you feel about that? How you feel about the safety position?
I feel like that, this safety position to me right now, it should be won by Sidney Brown. He's been the guy that's making plays in preseason.
Yeah,
I love what Kayvon Wallace was doing. I think that he stepped up from what he
he
did
definitely
before.
did. Hmm.
But like I'm not a fan of Edmonds. I think that guy was out of place so many times. He wasn't. He's afraid to hit. I noticed that every time a player comes, he's afraid to hit the dude. He just
Yeah,
waits for the guy to
Yeah,
go down. And I need
yeah,
yeah,
aggressive safety. I'm not gonna lie to you. I come from when I grow up, I watched guys like Brian Dawkins. I want that type of safety in here.
yeah,
I don't want that safety that's going to be scared to hit. I want that
yeah,
dog that's not afraid to lay the wood on you. But
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like
yeah,
Sidney Brown
yeah,
should definitely be taking that place. Obviously, you got Blankenship. But yeah, I mean, if the Eagles want to add a safety, I mean, they can. I mean, Howard Roseman's known to make moves.
Hmm.
A guy like Jeremy Chin, I've been hearing a lot of rumors. I don't know if the Panthers would trade him, but if you can get Jeremy Chin, you add him with the safety group, man. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't complain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because I don't know if the Eagles feel comfortable with the safety. If you noticed, Sidney Brown was out there more than he should have been. You know, Kevin Walsh is out there more than he should have been.
he should have been.
So
Yeah.
to me, it's like I don't know if they believe in these safeties. I don't know what the Eagles are thinking. I hope they give Sidney Brown a chance. I feel like that, you draft him to get the opportunity to see what he can do. And he's
Yeah,
been playing his behind off. So the
yeah.
best you can do is see what he can do and go from there.
Same
Yeah,
thing we were
yeah,
saying
yeah,
about
yeah.
Terrell Edmonds. Like we were just saying, Terrell Edmonds really didn't show us anything for real during preseason. You know what I'm saying? He was just like you said, he was pretty much out of sync and he was just all over the place and not in the right spot for real. And we saw a lot from Sidney Brown. We were talking previously about the linebacker position. How do you feel about that? Our linebackers aren't strong at all. Our linebackers didn't get a lot of playing time other than Zach Cunningham, who is a veteran. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Nakobe Dean and Christian Ellis, they pretty much rookies. Nakobe Dean got a little bit of playing time last year, but he didn't start. You know what I mean? He didn't get a lot of reps at the linebacker position. And Christian Ellis is a rookie. So how do you feel about our linebacker core?
I feel like the Kobe Dean's going to go, like just going to go on. I feel
Yeah.
like this kid is waiting for the moment, and I feel like that there's a lot of people who won't give this kid a chance. They're quick to say this guy's not it, and I feel like they're underestimating how good this kid is. If you remember right, this kid was supposed to be a first round pick. He
Mhm.
dropped because of injuries that he was dealing with.
Yeah,
Whether
yeah.
he was or not, the reports came out that he was injured. He fell to the Eagles. This kid was a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
I wonder what is it? The Deacons Community Award, right? So,
Mhm.
he's done everything that you want when it comes to a linebacker. This guy makes plays. And I love the fact that he loves to strip the ball.
Yeah.
That's not a linebacker we usually get. We get a guy that, doesn't do
Can't
that.
tackle.
Yeah.
It's going to be on his field, and we'll see what he does. But I feel like these
Yeah.
linebackers, if you want to add a guy, whether you want to go and get a Patrick Queen, I'm all for that. But I feel like right now our linebackers are set. I feel like Cunningham can be that veteran leader, like same way Najee Brown was doing for the Eagles. I feel like he can do that too. And you
Yeah.
have young Nicole Queen, in the mix. Hey, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
How I feel about the linebackers, I feel like, just like you said earlier, about sometimes over the team, it is you're gonna have a weak point. A team always gonna have a point, a position or so that is not as great like every other position. It's just like how you play games, you got a character and you look at the character stats. Not everything is gonna be up. It's gonna be that one thing that just like, well, it's good enough to hear. It's not like everything goes, but it fits because it'll work out.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like our linebacker core. I think our linebacker core out of any position is the least, but they on this off season we went and got some guys to complement it enough. Like,
Enough. Yeah.
like to the point that, okay, it's not what we want, but it's enough we gonna get here because who we got around it.
Yeah.
So that's
Mhm.
how I look. I don't feel like our linebacker core is gonna be all extreme, but with the help around it of the guys that we got on the line,
Yeah.
the linemen and
Mhm.
the tackles, the rushers, the pass rushers, and the corners, the cornerbacks that we got. And like we said, we see somewhat good promising in safety. So I feel like it's going to work, but it's going to be like you said before. It's going to be an up and down with that that position, but it's going to balance. Whatever when the linebackers have a down, I feel like when the linebackers have a down game, I feel like our pass rushes is going to complement it. Like it's
Yeah.
going to help them out. Okay, it might be a person that's open, but the quarterback can't get to it because our rushes is coming in.
Yeah,
Like, you know, he not gonna have enough of time to get to that wide receiver. Why? Because he got so many players in his face that he can't even throw the ball in a good enough of time and to get it. So when it's those type of games, so that's how I look at how linebacker is gonna be on this year.
yeah, that's a fact. I feel like I agree with what you say. I feel like our defensive line will help out our defensive line and our DBs because we already got Slade Bradbury, we got Avonte Maddox, and our defensive line. That's going to actually help out the linebackers and the safeties for real. So
Yeah,
everything pretty much complement, and it starts from the defensive line. And I
yeah,
like the way you put that for real.
yeah.
When it comes to the
I think
offense,
also, I mean, the Eagles did go out and get two linebackers. You know, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
yeah,
No,
Miles
you
Jack
got
for linebackers, you know, and he retired, unfortunately. So the Eagles did go out and technically they did go get linebackers. So, you know, I feel like Howard
yeah,
Wilson, you know, he didn't go out and trade for guys, you know, and listen, he's not a guy. Listen, the Eagles don't believe in linebackers. They just don't. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That is one of the things we've been begging for. You know, we're lucky we get Nakobe Dean, if you want to be real. We're lucky that we get two linebackers
yeah.
in one
yeah,
day, linebackers before the season, you know, preseason. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you know, just now, you know, one guy retired. Unfortunately, I wish Miles Jack nothing but the best. You know,
yeah,
he could have retired because of the fact he might have been falling to in the depth chart. But I feel like Cunningham is the guy that can bring the veteran leadership. You know, this
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
guy was and just injuries later that hurt him. You know, so I feel like he can definitely bounce back and have a great season.
yeah, man. I hope you're right, man.
That's a
I
fact.
hope you're right because we
Yeah,
definitely need that.
yeah, that's a fact. When it comes to the offensive side, especially for the running backs, how do you feel like the because you know we pretty much gonna be rotating, you know what I mean, as far as Swift, Penny, Boston Scott, and Kenny Gainwell. Who do you feel like they deserve the first team reps with the with everybody else? What running backs should start first? Like what's the pecking order? Who should it be? Should it be Rashad Penny, Kenny Gainwell, Boston Scott or whoever, or should it be DeAndre Swift, Rashad Penny, Boston Scott, and whoever else? Like, how should the pecking order go? Who should start out there? You know what I mean? With the ones and everything. Who should start out there? Like for me, I feel like it should go. DeAndre Swift. It should go Kenny Gainwell, Rashad Penny, then Boston Scott. That's how I feel like the pecking order should go. Until we see later on down the season how everything fold. I feel like it should start off like that as far as the running back room, because we so talented in the running back room. It's pretty much hard to say. Like, yo, DeAndre Swift should start, or Rashad Penny should start, or Boston Scott, Kenny. It's pretty much hard. So who you think should start first, second, third, fourth?
Start first. Did you see what he did in preseason? I know it's preseason, but the guy literally made a guy bounce off of him and was able to keep his feet. I mean, I've never seen that type of running back in a while. You know, this is what we've been saying to be. You know, and I like what Miles Sanders did, but other than the fumbling, you know, this guy is a better version of a running back that Nick Sanders loves. Nick Sanders loves these guys who can catch out the back. But Nick Sanders loves those guys that can do a lot, you know, for a football team. That's something that Miles Sanders struggled with. You know, and I think that DeAndre Swift with the Eagles offense, with the best offensive line in football, he's going to create a lot of mismatches for different defenses. You know, it's going to be way better than what last year. I mean, can you imagine you lining up DeAndre Swift on one end, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith on the other? I mean, how you stopping that? Or you can do Goddard, you know? I mean, pick your poison. You know, I said it last year. And I'll say it again, pick your poison. This team is very explosive. They can beat you so many different ways.
Many different ways.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I agree with DeAndre Swift. I agree with the comparison because I always say DeAndre Swift reminds me of a better version of a Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders, he had the right tools and a skill asset that fits the Eagles, but it just wasn't enough that he didn't do enough with his skill set. Like he didn't do it. And then it, like you said, when you mentioned of the fumble, then he had a little bit of the fumble issues and a little bit of that kind of messed it up. I know every running back had time to fumble, but it was a little bit too much last season. But he had 1,000 or a little bit over 1,000 rushing yards, so that was good. But I just feel
I mean,
like,
he also doesn't hit the holes like you said.
yeah, yeah,
Hole. You know, I call
yeah,
Miles dangerous because he dances too much rather than hit the holes. How many times have we seen holes open and he's trying to balance it out? It's like, dude,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I felt
yeah,
like Miles Sanders
yeah,
definitely had problems with reading his blocks a lot. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Let's get to this comment real quick. Drew Johnson said, I hope to see 21 personnel. Brian Johnson utilized the running backs well. Yeah, that's a fact. Like I said, we got so much versatility when it comes to the running back room. We got a Rashad Penny who got speed, who got agility, but also is a powerful running back. We got a DeAndre Swift who is an upgraded Miles Sanders who can actually catch the ball out the backfield. We got a Kenny Gainwell that can do it all. You know what I mean? That can do it all. He can run the ball
Yeah.
and he can split out wide receiver. We got a Boston Scott who could just pretty much do it all too. So it's like, yo, pick your poison, like you said. Pick your poison.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Pick your poison. If you want to have a number 4 wide receiver out there, you could put any of those running backs in that 4th wide receiver slot or whatever like that, and they can get busy. You know what I mean? They can get busy. So,
I think it should with the running back. I think it should mostly focus on DeAndre Swift, but rotate between Rashawn Penny and Kenny Gainwell, and like put Boston Scott in when necessary. You
when
know,
necessary,
when certain plays that, because you know he's quick and small, so certain plays that need that to put him in. I think you should rotate him in that type of that moment, but the 3-person to focus on is first DeAndre Swift and rotate between Rashawn Penny and Kenny Gainwell on like between those two. That's how I feel like it should be.
I mean, I just real quick, if I can, all these running backs, this is a different skill set, you know, and I look at because Boston Scott,
your audio going out.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah. It's a little it's a little choppy, but I can hear it a little bit.
On my laptop, is that better? I'm gonna come back on my laptop. Give me a second.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, he's going to come back. His audio a little choppy. He's going to come back or whatever like that. But we're gonna wait to see what he's saying. I want to get to this 3rd or 4th wide receiver position and everything like that. How do you feel? How do you feel about the 3rd and 4th wide receiver position? You know, we got OZ and we got Quez Watkins. With the reports coming out of camp with Quez Watkins, do you feel like yo, I gotta see it? Like, I mean, I hear reports coming out of camp that he's improved and everything.
Yeah.
You know, but I have to see it on the field. Like, are you willing to give Quez Watkins that another chance? Are you satisfied with the wide receiver 3 and the wide receiver 4 position?
Yeah. I've been talking about dealing with Quez Watkins, and I felt like he deserved another chance, especially what I saw the last season. I know he had, like I told you, it was a lot of stuff that he left off the field. He left and he didn't really, you know, a lot of games that, you know, that was a little bit of costly of him like dropping passes and, you know, but it's not like he didn't have games that he came in the clutch for us. So I feel like that gave him enough to deserve another chance. Like, cause it wasn't like he was a Jalen Reagor or Nelson Aguilar, even though Nelson Aguilar had a good, phenomenal season with us when we won the Super Bowl. But it wasn't like he was a Jalen Reagor that he didn't have no clutch plays. He just was just dropping passes and didn't really do nothing. No, it was stuff that he needed to get better at. But overall, at the same time, he showed a lot of potential. So I felt like that was enough to deserve him another chance. And then hearing the reports and good reports on what he's doing off the field, you know, makes it icing on the cake for me. So I feel like he deserved it. He definitely deserved it. With the other wide receiver, what I was saying on this preseason, what's his name? Zacchaeus.
Or the Molly.
Omadal Zacchaeus, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. When I saw him, I didn't really see that. I didn't see so much in him. Like, we went out and get him, and I
I
didn't
think he
really.
was injured for one of the preseason games, and then he came in. I think he was dealing with something with like an injury or something. So we saw him, but it wasn't like enough to where as though we could
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how he would fit in our offense or whatever like
So,
that. Yeah,
but so like you said earlier, I feel like Quez Watkins should continue that, and to back up with the rotation. Like you said, they should try back my guy Greg Ward. You can keep Obadiah in there, you can
yeah,
keep OZ in there just in case, but he didn't show enough in that preseason that then Greg Ward did. So I feel like he got to play that catch up. He got to play that catch up. And that's how I feel.
Yeah, I had asked him about the wide receiver 3 and 4 spot. How do you feel about that?
Me? I'm sorry. Like I said, man. I hope Quez Watkins works out. Because he has a lot of potential. You know. But I feel like Greg Ward. He deserves a roster spot. I mean, this is a guy that just doesn't go away. For some reason, he always tries to make the team, and that's a good thing because he's Mr. Reliable. I feel like he's a veteran. He's been here for a long time. But I feel like Quez Watkins got to step it up. Because he cost us some games. I ain't gonna lie to you. He cost us that Super Bowl. If he catches that ball, we probably win the Super Bowl. He cost us that Commanders game. That Commanders game. You catch that ball, we win that game. So. And also, he needs to work on just coming back to the ball. He relies on the ball to come to him. I see so many times the ball always tries to go to him instead of him going to the ball. And you're taught as a receiver to always look for the ball and go towards it. You not wait for the ball to come to you, because that's how a defender is able to see that and say, "Oh, that ball's coming to him. All right, I got you. I'm just gonna jump in front of it and make a play." And that's why a lot of times, picks.
He's definitely not bad. My bad to cut you off, but yeah, I agree with you. He's definitely not an aggressive receiver. He's definitely not he's like one of those receivers. It gotta be that perfect, a good enough pass towards him. Him going up and catch a pass. That's another thing that I like you mentioned. He does lacks in that. He rely on a good pass too much. Sometimes as a receiver, a quarterback pressure could be in his face, and he could throw that. He got to throw that ball only a good enough he can.
You got to get the ball.
You got to go up and get it. You got to go up and get it and make a play. So I get what you're saying. That
ball. I don't mean to cut you off, but Devontae Smith, he makes that catch in the Super Bowl. AJ Brown makes that catch. And I feel like Quez Watkins. A lot of times I feel like that. We see the potential. We see how quick he is. We love the speed, But it's like, dude, you got to go to the ball. You can't let the ball come to you. Sometimes he relies on his speed rather than, okay, where's the ball at? Let me go catch that ball. Sometimes not, the ball come to him, and he got to work on that. So I think Zacchaeus, he's making some noise too. The guy we got from the Falcons, he can run. And he has some hands. So Quez, I would put Zacchaeus right now at number 3 and put Quez at number 4 right now. He got to show me.
I know what the potential Zacchaeus got, but I didn't really see enough. I didn't really see enough of that in the preseason. I know what he has, but in the preseason I didn't really see that much. But that's why I said
Mariota was horrible. By the way,
to
cut you off. Mariota was horrible, man.
Yeah. We were just talking about that. He didn't show. We were talking about McKee show a lot more than Mariota, but I don't know. It's time will tell. We'll see. They both deserve to be in it though. That's how I look.
I was hoping Mariota today. When I saw Ian Book was released, I thought at first it was Marcus Mariota they released, and I'm like, yay, we finally got rid of him. And I'm like, oh no, he got rid of Ian Book.
That's fine. All right, so to wrap up everything, let's get to the comments. Juice said he was used to he used to run off coverage so much, I think he take plays off. I don't really think Quez take plays off, man. I just think that Quez is, he just got a lot. He just got a lot to learn, man. Like you say, he just can't wait for that perfect ball, man. He got to go up and get the ball when it's thrown. Like you said, Trail. It might not be like the quarterback might only throw it to where it's supposed to. You know what I mean? To only throw it to that area. You just got to go get the ball, man.
Yeah.
Ball. So I don't think he take plays off. It say Omalai based on last year was a more complete. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. Before we wrap it up, give your overall thoughts on, the Eagles, how the season gonna go, record, where we gonna come in as far as the NFC East, what's our standing, like just give me an overall analysis on the team and everything like that before we wrap it up. Whoever want to go first. Yeah, you could go first, EC1.
Well, you already know my standing. I mean,
yeah,
I'll talk
sure.
on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I have the Eagles going 15-2 this year. I feel like we're going to win 15 games this year. I'm not going to go 16-1. I ain't doing that again. But I'm going to go 15-2 this year. I feel like that this schedule right here, I feel like that we're going to hear the same excuse we heard last year. We got a cupcake schedule. We ain't beat nobody. And because I feel like we're going to walk a lot of teams to an ass whooping. And part of my language are beat down. I feel like there's no team that's better than us other than if we do our part, we're going to win a lot of games. I don't fear nobody. I feel like we're the big dogs, and you got to come and show us. I feel like the only way we lose games is we self-inflicted wounds. What Nick Sirianni always talked about, making mistakes, mental mistakes, and that's what happened last year. Even the Super Bowl, we were the better football team, but who made the most mental mistakes?
We did, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles, I feel like they're going to clean that up. Hopefully special teams is better because my God, Michael Clay, man, I don't know why he got extended. I really don't. Not to jump off topic, but I hope this is his last year if he does not produce. You know what I'm saying? If I could, I would trade the coach right to Jonathan Gannon. You know what I'm saying? And send him packing. No joke. You know what I'm saying? Since they want to tank more, you might as well make them tank even more than what they're doing right now. Send Jonathan Gannon and another buddy of his, and let's go get a special teams guy. I miss
that. Yeah.
But I feel like this Giants and Commanders team, when I look at this division, I see the Eagles up top, I see the Giants here, I see all these other teams down below. I don't care what they did in free agency. I feel like the Giants didn't do enough on offense. And you saw, like yesterday, for example, everybody complained about the penalty where, the receiver got a flag. Oh, no, that should be a flag. No, it's called that this dude was a project. And I told Giant fans all along that you're hyping this receiver up that you drafted in the third round. You know what I'm saying? Who I think is going to be good eventually. But he's not ready yet. And I've been saying Daniel Jones don't have enough weapons. And I don't see them winning more than 5 games. If you look at their schedule, and you look at it, who they're playing, they have to go to Buffalo. They're traveling all across the East Coast, the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to win more than 5 games. I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked that the Giants don't make the playoffs. I think the Commanders have a better chance of making the playoffs. I think they could be a tough team. But I feel like we're going to beat a lot of teams behind. I feel like we're going to suit the whole division this year. I feel cocky this year. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You know what I'm saying? They haven't done anything to prove to me. You know what I'm saying? So show me that you're that team. But instead of that, I'm not going to give you your credit. Respect is earned, not given. You don't just get respect. You got to earn it. We on the pedestal. We're looking down on them.
I definitely, I agree how you feel. Definitely, I agree how you feel because I feel like we definitely have the potential. We have the potential to be honest, how we supposed to everybody went out to get. We have the potential to be 16-1 to 17-0. We do. But to speak on overall of a for sure win versus a, this gonna be a type of game, type of win or loss, I would say I would come more to like a 14-3 or 13-4 type season. Just because just the fact that, like we were saying earlier on the off season, we was talking about coming off that bye schedule, it's going to be a little bit tough. It's not going to be so much of a for sure win.
Yeah.
It's a possibility win. We have the potential win, but coming off a bye versus Kansas City, Buffalo Bills, then we got, I don't know so much in the order, the Cowboys and the 49ers. Then, Geno Smith looking good. We got the Seahawks. So it's, to be on a percentage wise, I would say, it could potentially be a 14-3 or 13-4 season. That's still a good record.
Well,
it's gonna be a little. It's gonna be a little bit of for sure. Us win a whole 16 or 16, 15 or game with just that bye week, like coming off, and the teams that we play, we gonna play some pretty good offense this year. So, shoot, we've got the Dolphins, and a lot of people sleep on them. If Tua stay well, like we could potentially lose from the Dolphins, but
we better not.
We have the potential to not. We have the potential not to lose. I would say we shouldn't lose that game. We shouldn't lose that game. But if Tua come in, he stay healthy, that's a game that the Eagles going to have to stay focused and come in there with a head on their shoulders like they've been doing all year, all season, and everything, and not slip up on that game. So that's just it. I feel like logically, when you talk about percentage-wise, it could be a potentially 14-3, 13-4 type season.
Well, I'll say this. I'll say this real quick, not to interrupt, but I feel like every game we're in it because who's a quarterback? We also talk about quarterbacks, man. I mean, Jalen Hurts to me doesn't make a lot of mistakes. You got guys like Josh Allen, who let's be real, he reminds me a lot, not like Carson Wentz, but when you watched Carson Wentz, what did we always complain about with him? He always tried to play hero ball. Josh Allen, he plays a lot of hero ball, right?
Even in preseason, he just trying to play hero ball.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like to me, when I look at these teams, they got to come to Philadelphia. That's a hard place to play, first of all. I don't care.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there all the time.
Those fans are going to get under their skin. They're not used to that crowd. I'm trying to tell you. It's different when you're playing in Buffalo. It's different when you have to go to the East Coast and play against a Philadelphia Eagles team, a hostile environment with the fans screaming. Okay, they're not used to that. The Miami Dolphins, they're not used to that East Coast type time where the Eagles are this loud. Eagle fans are loud. And tailgate's going to be crazy. Eagles are going to be feeding off the fans, man. So, when you look at it, I feel like every game we're in it because who's our quarterback? It's all going to come down to quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? And the two losses that got us losing would be Patrick Mahomes, and I feel like somehow we're going to lose to Seattle because we never beat that team somehow, okay? We're going to lose somehow to Seattle, okay? Because we can't ever beat that team. I don't know if it's Russell Wilson, if he was just there, and that's why we couldn't beat him. But I feel like we always have a curse against Seattle. I feel like we can never beat that team. You know what I'm saying? But I look at every game and I look at who's a quarterback. They got receivers. Tua, is he going to stay healthy? I don't wish injury nobody, but he's one concussion away from being out the league. You know what I'm saying? And is he going to be healthy? You know what I'm saying? Is he going to be healthy by the time
Is he going to be scared in that pocket? Is he going to be
especially with Jalen Carter in that defense? I'm telling you right now, like I said on my Twitter, not to cut you off. I said this defense is going to be better than last year. Y'all don't understand how much talent we have on this defense. It's going to get crazy. Teams are not going to have time to adjust because if you stop Jalen Carter, okay, you're leaving Jordan Davis one-on-one. Good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Knox and Hassan Reddick. Pick your
You got Nolan Smith coming off.
Exactly. Like Harry Roseman really upgraded on everything. He literally went to the military and picked out arsenal weapons and just loaded up the roster with them. That's what he did.
And to capitalize off what you said, I want people to know, don't get it messed up. Derek Barnett is, even though he be fucking up, Derek Barnett is still a home wrecker. Like he still can get after your quarterback, and he still does damage. So Derek Barnett, he just fighting all the time.
He just need to get those penalties up there. He's like those penalties. You messing it up,
yo. Until you mentioned Derek Barnett, that guy just needs to go, bro. I'm enough with him. I can't take any more penalties from him.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, but he got the roll top too.
I just like the fact that
you mentioned Derek Barnett.
If he could just chill out for just this one season, that's it. All we need was one season. I promise you, we can have a way better because he's not a bad player. He's not a bad defensive tech. He's not a bad.
He's
It's just
he's
enough
not
of
at
it.
all. But him being undisciplined makes him kind of a little bit.
It makes it
Yeah,
terrible.
I mean,
I
you
get
heard
it.
Manny said
I
it's
get
always
it.
him, right?
I get it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
100% understand, yo. Let me okay, so I feel like we're going to be number one in the NFC East. I feel like we're going to be number one in the NFC. Period.
Just say Super Bowl.
Okay,
Just say we're gonna go back to.
I don't want to say full-fledged Super Bowl, but I will say that we're going back to the NFC Championship. I do want to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our overall record, I do agree with you, Young Jers. I feel like we're going to be either 14-3 or 13-4. I'm giving certain games the exception as far as like the Buffalo, the Kansas City Chiefs. Hell,
I'm
probably
really
the
not scared of Buffalo though, man. I'm really not. I feel like we're going. I feel like in my head somehow, like in my gut, I feel like we're going to demolish this team. I feel like somehow, some way, they're going to come to Philadelphia. They're going to come on a winning streak, and they're going to be hyped as heck that they won so many games. And everybody going to talk about Diggs and this offense can stop them, because, we might have a bump here or there where we lose one game, and then we have to play Buffalo. And I feel like we're just going to beat them like it was nothing.
Yeah, not saying that we won't. Only thing I'm saying is that they are like the number 2 or the number 3 team.
Oh yeah, for sure. They got a good offense.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving it that much. Like, yo, I won't put nothing past them because they are a good team. It's only 4 teams that I would say would give us a run for our money. Not saying that they're going to beat us, but it's only 4 teams. It's the Jets potentially, it's Miami potentially, it's Buffalo potentially, and it's Kansas City potentially. I feel like I'm not worried about San Francisco for real. I only feel like it's only 4 teams that can give us a run for our money this upcoming season.
Well, you mentioned the Jets and you mentioned Derek Barnett. I wouldn't be surprised if Derek Barnett gets a roughing the passer from Aaron Rodgers. I'm just thinking about that, because they always call the calls on Aaron Rodgers. If he hits Aaron Rodgers one time, they're going to call roughing the passer. I'm going to be flipping out along with all the Eagle fans, be like, dude, why is he on the field? I hope he becomes better, man. But it's like, dude, he got to go, man. It's time for him to go. I feel like I'd rather hire another practice squad off the streets and make him, the rotational player over Derek Barnett at this point because I'd rather have less headaches.
Not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that, yeah. But yeah, man, listen, we are over an hour right now, man. Mm-hmm. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Trev, make sure you follow him on Twitter and make sure y'all follow each other, man. Listen, when the season come up, hopefully we can get a round table with you and your guy that be doing the live stream, me and my guy, and we, you know what I mean? And we could just, we could just try to do this as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? As much as possible,
Well, I mean, where you hiding? He has a channel. It's called Where You Hiding.
Yeah.
To him. Yeah. I mean, I would love to give you on my podcast too. We can have a podcast, called the Hype Fan / Eagle Hiding with the Champ podcast.
We'll figure it out. We'll definitely figure it out for sure.
Sure.
We'll figure out the name, man. But thank you for coming through, man. I
appreciate for having me.
Y'all. Whoever viewing this in the future, you know what I mean? If y'all not viewing this now, if y'all viewing this in the future, we appreciate y'all too, man. You already know, man. It's your boy Hype Fan Eagle representing the Philadelphia Eagles by way of New Jersey. That's Hype Fan Jersey. That's my boy EC1 right there. Peace. We out, gang.
Bird gang.